we pay you the whole night, €30. It was playing 6-7 hours a night, 4 nights a week. For the Americans, they were like, you invented Latin house. And I was like, if you say so, I'm the inventor of Latin house, baby, let's go. What's up, guys? This is Hugel. I'm a DJ and producer, and this is my road to now. So I grew up in Marseille in the south of France, which is one of the oldest city in Europe and probably one of the biggest port in Europe. So the culture has been mixed with a lot of different things. We had like, the Italians, the Corsicans, the Arabs, the Spanish, the Gypsies, Comorians. So we have a lot of different cultures, and I grew up there being like the minority, obviously, by the way I look. It was really like rich culturally, and I believe that it's definitely something that helped my inspiration in music. The music scene in Marseille is mainly rap and hip hop, obviously, because it's obviously a very poor city. So I believe that, in every city there are like having a lot of hoods and stuff like that. Hip hop and rap music always has been the main one. And from that, a lot of house parties, electronic music parties was happening in the city. I remember seeing Carl Cox for the first time when I was 16 years old in a club called Le Bazar in Marseille. And that's the first time that I heard techno, and I was like, damn, what is this music? And I remember he was playing only records that I'd never heard, and I couldn't stop dancing. I was just hypnotized, and I was like, damn, this is like electronic music. You get hypnotized without knowing any records, and the feeling was amazing. So I feel like we had a mixed culture between hip hop and electronic, but obviously mainly hip hop and rap. Yeah. My earliest music memory is probably me, in the baby seat at the back of the car, my mom, and she's going crazy with Do you remember 20 September? Earth, Wind and Fire. I think it's this. I think I developed passion for music in the belly of my mom, because she was really, she's still a big fan of music, mainly black music. I grew up with funk, disco, soul, jazz. She has a huge vinyl collection. And I feel like, since I'm a kid, I always, be surrounded by music, and I never really liked school or anything like that. Even on a very young age, at 6 years old, I remember asking my mom, who invented that system that we have to wake up in the morning and it's painful. The music was always the thing that was bringing me happiness and joy in life. So I think the first time that I was thinking about that DJ thing, it was when I went for the first time in Saint-Tropez. So you need to know that, like I said, I'm from Marseille, and Saint-Tropez is 1 hour from Marseille, right? So that's basically for us the first place where we go when we want to experience a bit of, party with international people. So when I was 14, I was able to go in Saint-Tropez in this legendary beach that was called La Voile Rouge. And it was the first time that I saw a DJ playing some house music and all those girls dancing on the tables, and this kind of rich guy that were older than the girls with the shirt dancing like this. And I was like, damn, what the fuck is that? And at that time, the DJ, they were not superstars, right? It was more the guy in the corner that was playing music, but I was kind of fascinated by it. I was like, these guys playing music and those people go crazy, that's super cool. So I would say that's the first time that I thought about that DJ thing. The very first music I made was when I was 12 years old on a software called EJ. On my computer, on the family computer. We had one big computer for everybody, because my stepfather was working with it, so we were allowed to use it when he was not using it. And I got this EJ software, and that's how I started to do my first beats. So the first time that I tried Dex is totally by accident. I'm 16 years old, and a friend of mine is asking me if I want to go with him to a shop called Cash Express, which was a second-hand shop that was selling all sorts of equipment already used for cheap price. And he was like, I want to go to Cash Express. Do you want to come with me? I want to try some DJ equipment. And I was like, why not? I have nothing to do. I go with you. And I remember we entered the shop, and the shop had this like kind of like DJ booth with this Gemini. The brand was Gemini equipment, and we were allowed to, try it kind of. And I had no idea how it worked or anything. So I remember arriving and see all that lights with these buttons, and I was listening a lot of rap. So I had this CD of 50 Cent or something like that, and I put it in, and I was just playing with the FX, and I was like, "Fuck, this shit is lit." Like, that's amazing. And my friend had good money. I mean, his parents had good money, so he bought the equipment that day. Let me tell you, that guy, like half an hour later, became my best friend. I was like non-stop with him, training on his equipment and stuff. So that's the first time that I touched decks, and the very first time that I play a proper DJ set. I was underage. I was 17 years old, and I play in Le Metal Café in Marseille, which is a very that doesn't exist anymore. It was famous for after party and all that. And some students were organizing a show there for the university, and I was connecting with them on MSN back in the days, and this like messaging thing. And the guy was like, "Cool, you can come. You bring your equipment. We pay you the whole night, €30." And I was like, "Mom, I have a contract. I'm playing this DJ set in Metal Cafe, €30." And that's my very, very first DJ set at 17 years old. So I've been a resident DJ for 10 years in south of France. I've been playing every type of music that exists. Like everything you can hear basically in a club, I played it. And I've learned, the first thing that I've learned is patience, that's for sure, because I was playing 6-7 hours a night, 4 nights a week. I've learned how to build a set, from let's say 11 or midnight until 6 in the morning, because you don't play the same music the whole night. My friend Aminej, from Aminej and Dance, he told me one day, like, the best way to make it is to be unique, is to be yourself and not try to copy anybody, and just try to, find your own sound and your own, image and personality. And when I did, things got bigger for sure. I feel like Miami always affected my sound though. Like since I saw Scarface when I was 12 or 13, since I played GTA Vice City, I was like, okay, one day I need to move to Miami. I always felt like the city was calling me, And when I did, and I arrived there with all the Latinas and all of that, I was like, okay, my sound is really, connecting with the people here. And that's the first place where my music connected in the United States. And I believe that Miami is very influent in terms of rave scene. Morenita is a special song for me. I got swallowed a little bit by the radio industry and all that, and it was a lot of pressure because you were always like dependent on the radio. Like, oh, are they gonna play my new song? Or I'm not getting it, because I was like in that thing of the commercial DJ thing, and I was like, fuck, like I always need the radio to exist. And I was like, I didn't start that for that, right? So, and I just started to make music for me as a therapy. So I used to live in Ibiza for 2 years, 2018, 2019, and 2020 I was in Portugal. Wanted to make like Balearic music, something that remind me my time on the island. And I do the Morenita song, and I don't even plan to release it. I send it to a couple of labels. Everyone turned it down. It was like, no, we don't sign. No, sorry, no. One label, Mark Brown at CR2 Records in the UK, said, bro, I see the vision, because I'm in this game for like more than 20 years something. And I remember this type of sound back in the days that was called Latin House. And I feel like it's very refreshing that you do this right now. I was like, well, finally someone who sees the vision, because when I was resident DJ, I used to play a lot of records like that. So we used to drive to Barcelona, because it was just 4 hours from Marseille. And we were buying the vinyls that were like more Latin house and all that shit. So it's like finally someone who see what I'm trying to do. But then we released the song and got #1 on Beatport. And suddenly Fisher hitting me up on Instagram, or like playing the tracks, and Diplo the same, and John Summit and Vintage Culture and everybody. And I'm like, fuck. So this is what happened when I do the music I want to do. Like, let's just keep going. And then suddenly Insomniac in America is reaching my management, asked me to go to sign with them and start a play show in the US. So I do my visa, go there, and I arrive in America, and they're like, yeah, this is the guy who invented Latin House. And in my head, I'm like, invented what? What do you mean? And I realized that like all those Latin house records we had back in the days, like when I was resident DJ, they never traveled to US. They never, because there was no internet the same, like they never been there. So for the Americans, they were like, you invented Latin house. And I was like, if you say so, I'm the inventor of Latin house, baby, let's go. And then I started to play festivals, clubs, selling out stuff because the Latin community in the US is massive and they were coming to every show, supporting and showing love, and it just got bigger and bigger. So I did another one and another one and another one, and then, yeah, that's it, basically. So Morenita is like a big record for me. The achievement in my career that I'm most proud so far is that I retired my entire family. That's what I'm the most proud of, everything I did.